Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Saturday. It is Saturday, December 21st, 2024, and it is 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm Lisa Freeman coming to you live from stampingwithlisa.com. And welcome, everybody. It's a little chilly outside today. I know it. We keep going from 70 to 30 to 40 to 60. It's funny, the weather just keeps changing. It's so funny. Hello. Come on in, everybody. Say hello. We got my girls, Diane and Cindy and Shirley and Reba. Their names are highlighted in green because they are members of my channel. So welcome, girls. And welcome everybody else too. How is everybody doing this morning? We have a fun project today. We're going to do a one-sheet wonder. So we're going to do a whole sheet. This is just the one card that I did, but we're going to make a whole sheet from scratch. So these are some of my practice ones. I started with pink. This is Bubble Bath. And I started with this one first because I thought, let me try it on a light color and see how it looks. And I started it and I really didn't like it. So then I did it on white. And I had this stamp right here, but I thought I didn't really like that on there. So I got rid of that one and then did this one. So this is what we're making today. And I hope you like it. We're going to do a whole sheet. So we're using a bunch of different stamp sets. Good morning, everybody. So this is one I love, and I used this about a week or two ago. And this is a funny story. I think I mentioned this last week. I used this Happiest Birthday on the card kit, this one right here, the napkin one. And I searched everywhere to try and figure out, I was doing the PDF because now I'm trying the PDF by myself. So I learned how to do a PDF. And I searched everywhere to find out where that Happiest Birthday came from. And I looked online, I looked in the catalog, I looked everywhere. Couldn't find it. And then I got this stamp set out and I'm like, there it is. So it's a new one. So it's not online yet unless you're a demonstrator. So I wasn't looking in the demonstrator part. So it's this stamp set that I used on the napkin cards. So I just finished the tutorial for that. Mine doesn't look as good as it was. So you'll notice a difference if you got the card kit, but it still came out pretty good for my first try. So that's the first one. Then this is another new stamp set. This is in the online section. This will be available January 7th if you're not a demonstrator. If you are a demonstrator, you can get it now. This is another new one. It's called Grow with Love. And we'll be using this stamp right here. I also used this one on my first one, and I didn't really like it. It's actually rosemary. And I was like, I'm not crazy about that. So I switched it into that leaf right there, which is mint. And I did actually cut off the words to these. So I did a little surgery on my stamps because I didn't like the words attached to the leaves. That one comes with dies. And then Sketch Butterflies is a current set. And this one is actually retiring. This is the only one I'm using that's retiring, and I'm really bummed about that. But I might just keep it and use it anyway because I like it. So that's what we're using. Let me say hello to everybody now. Oh, we have a bunch of people on here. All right, let me go back to the beginning. Hey, Myra. Hey, Diane. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Carol. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Pearl. Hey, Reva. Hey, Marva. Hey, Karen. Hey, Lori. Hey, Hilda. Hey, Carol Ann. Looks like everybody is freezing. Hey, Tootsie Bell. Hey, Trina. North Dakota. Ooh, and South Dakota. We have North and South Dakota up here. You guys are always like freezing cold. I remember I had a friend that used to live in South Dakota. She might still be there. And we were at a convention or something. I think it was leadership, and it was in January. And she called home and they said it was like negative 40 degrees or something. So nobody was allowed, they closed school and nobody was allowed to go outside because if you went outside like for a minute, then like your breath would freeze and your lungs would like freeze or something. And I thought, I can't even imagine living somewhere where it's that cold. Like 30 degrees is too cold for me. I like it about 60 or 70 maybe. So I don't know. I am not a cold person. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Louise. I don't know where I lost my spot here. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Lori. Hey, Judy. Hey, everybody. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of duplicates now. Hey, Therese. Hey, Beth. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Sandy. I feel like I got something in my throat. Hey, Kathy. All right, so this is what we're doing. I do have some Happy Mail to show you guys. So first I want to show you this gift. So I talked about this last time. My friend Michelle Avance. Remember I told you about our Christmas party and I ended up getting the crummy gifts like from the party. So she felt bad for me. So she went and made another one of her gift and brought it over to me last weekend. So this was her gift. And my gift was the framed art that I did the video of like a month ago. So this was absolutely beautiful. Love it. Love it. And I'm so excited because this ribbon right here, the silver mesh, is now back in gold. So we have, that was one of my favorite ribbons. So now they have brought it back in gold. And this is a new thing, January 7th. It's available. I think it's in, might be in the, yeah, I think it's in the new mini catalog, the new spring mini. And we're going to be using that today. I cut mine in half, long ways, to make my bow really puffy. So we're going to be using that today. And then she used the sled and ice skating set. And those little peppermints that don't come back until right before Christmas. Well, actually, it's 2 days from now, but I have like 2 packs left over that I probably won't be using since they're retiring. So I'm bummed about that. I love these little snowflakes too. They're so cute. But I thought she did a great job. Isn't this so cute? So this is 8 by 10, I think. Is it 8 by 10? Yeah. So she did a great job. Love it, love it, love it. So that's that. That was my gift. And then she also made me some cards because she borrowed one of my stamp sets. And I said, okay, you can borrow my stamp set if you make me some cards with it. So she had it for like a month. By the time she gave it back, I was like, it's already retiring now. I can't even use it. But she gave me some cute cards. So Michelle made all of these cards, which are beautiful. And this is the, oh, what is it called? I can't think of the name of it. It's in the holiday mini, I think. Anybody know what the name of it is? Because I forgot. Yeah, she did spoil me. She did. She's a really good friend of mine. Yeah. Anybody remember? I could look it up, but... And it's funny because they're retiring the stamp set, but they're keeping the dies, which I think is weird. Why are you going to retire the stamp set if you're going to keep the dies? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, those are the 3 from her. And it's in the holiday mini, but I just can't remember what the name of it is. Oh, decorative trees. That's it. I think that is it. Decorative trees. All right. This is from Branda Carlson. So she did that fun technique that I did with the embossing, but she didn't emboss it. She just put it on the red background and popped out a hole for the words. So I thought that was really cute. So there you go. Love it. So that's even easier. You don't have to use a sticker paper. And just punch out any cardstock you have, or any designer paper. And then she embossed some and used the glitter. Love it. Love it. Love it. And then we've got, this card is from Kay Zarenko. So she made a fun, like, pinwheel card. And it's also a book binding card. So that is really cute. Love it. That's a fun technique too. And I have a video how to do that if you haven't seen it. And then here's another card from my friend Beth. So she gave me this one at our class the other day, and I had forgotten that I had it in my bag. So that is it. I think there are a few more coming today, but we're getting down to the end of our Christmas cards. So thank you to everybody. I have sent back 72 cards as of yesterday. So far, I've sent back all the cards that I've gotten, sent a Christmas card to everybody that I've gotten one from, except for the ones I just showed you. I haven't done those yet, but everybody who sent me one by the last video, I sent one back. So I don't know if you'll get them for Christmas since it's 4 days from now, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to start with, oh, and here's the card kit from last time too. So if you place an order till the end of the month, you'll get this card kit. And that is with a $50 or more order. Make sure you use that host code. I had a bunch of people who haven't used the host code lately, so please make sure you do that. And if your order is over 100, you'll get a pack of gems also to go with it. So there we go. I think that is it. All right, so first thing we need is a sheet of cardstock, white cardstock, and we're going to be going this direction. So really, I think I'm going to have to turn this way so that I'll have it done right. Well, yeah, because I'm gonna be stamping this direction, so I want to have my whole pad of paper. This is a whole pad, so I have to have it go that way. So we're gonna go this direction. Let me get a piece of scrap paper to put under. I guess I could do it without the pad, but it makes it stamp better when you've got like a cushion underneath. All right, so here we go. We're gonna be, I need to do it at an angle. Hey, Anya, how are you doing? Let me see. Great cards, yes. All right, we've got a few new people on here I don't recognize. Hey, Linda Marie and Tina. And let me see who else. Lori Ann from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. That was one of my jokes one day. Remember that joke I did about Saskatoon, Saskatchewan? And they said he doesn't speak. They were asking for directions. Or somebody said, where are we? And they said, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And then the husband goes back and the wife said, what did they say? And the guy was like, they don't speak English. All right, so we are going to start with the words. So we're going to be doing the words in Fresh Freesia. My pad is actually broken. It opens the wrong end. It's also a little dry. So I wanted to keep it that way because I wanted it really light. So I didn't re-ink it, so it's very light. So we're just going to stamp all over. And I could go the other direction, but I wanted this up and down. So we're going to stamp. And I don't think this one will work for a second. Yeah, you can barely see it. So we're just going to do one stamp. So just put this wherever. It's pretty light. So you're not going to see it like super good, but it does show up in the background. You can see it like in the back. So it just gives it a really pretty look. I always love words on my one sheet wonders. All right, so oops, there's a bump right there where my what do you call it? Camera holder is. Gotta be careful with that. Okay, maybe one more over here on the edge. All right, so there we go. So there's our words first. So that's our first step. All right, so step one down. Then we're gonna go to our, let me see. Let's do our background stamp. So this is from the Art and Texture. So this one is kind of dark, but it's Bubble Bath. And I'm just going to put this like randomly places. So wherever you want to go. It's not showing up very much for a second stamping, but we'll give it a little bit of color. So much easier to do one as opposed to 4 at the same time. Well, I'm not even going to bother stamping twice because it's not showing up. Let's do some like on the edge. You could go diagonal too if you wanted to, but I'm gonna just kind of keep it like that. Let's do one there. Maybe one more there. Okay, so there's just some interesting texture on there. So that was the art and texture one, and that was bubble bath. So we're done with that one. See how fast this goes when you're just doing it all at once? All right, next we're going to go to our purple flowers. This is the succulent. So this is Highland Heather. You have 8 more flights to fetch laundry from the dryers. What? 8 more flights of stairs you have to go? Oh my God. If I had to go down up one flight of stairs, I would think I would pass out. That's crazy. Okay, so this is our succulent. This does not stamp well the second time. I don't know why, but I tried it and it didn't look very good. So I'm just going to stamp it once. When I did it the second time, well, I'll show you. Oh, it didn't even come out at all. Hold on. I'll do it again. I got my bump there. I got to remember there's a bump there. Let's try it on here. See? Well, it came out okay. We'll do some of this. All right, so let's just do these randomly. Now, you know, if you do it off the paper, you really can't do a second stamping because you get that line down the middle. So let's do this right on the edge. And then we'll do one. There you go. Well, that did come out pretty good. All right, one at the bottom. I love this flower. It's so beautiful. All right. I don't want to do it straight under there. Let's see. We'll just do this one off the page. All right, so that is pretty. I think we need one more up here at the top. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then we've got a smaller version of that. Oh, and I don't want to do this too while I've got it out. So the inside of our card is that same flower. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that while I got it handy. So we've got 4 inside pieces. So I'm just going to stamp that right at the bottom of each one. And this is just the 5 1/4 by 4 piece that I put on the inside. So I didn't give you any measurements today because we're using a whole sheet of paper to start. And then the base is, the only other paper we really have is the base of the card, which is the 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And then the inside of the card is 5 1/4 by 4. So you need 4 of each of those. All right, so there's our insides done. So we're done with that. And then we keep the purple out. We're using Highland Heather, and we're going to stamp our smaller version. So this one, let me get those out of the way. Bring this back. So now we're going to have, this one stamps really pretty double. So we're going to do double with all those. It's getting lighter though. You never realize how big a piece of paper is till you got to fill the whole thing. But this is a really pretty flower. I think I've got it upside down. We'll turn it around. Yeah, I think it was. It's hard to tell. What do you think? Hard to tell which way to put it. All right, one more way over here. What do you think? Is that good? Now, if you wanted to, you could stop there. You could do some more. What do you guys think? Do we need more or are we good? Oh, Laura, you got yours. Oh, good. Oh, Sharon went to McDonald's to get breakfast. Only thing I like at McDonald's is the McGriddle, sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Those are so good. And I know McDonald's is like one of the most unhealthy places to eat. But I only go there like twice a year and I'll get a McGriddle. And Egg McMuffins are pretty good too. But I don't eat much from McDonald's. I try not to eat fast food too much, and if I do, it's usually like Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. Those are my two favorite places. I think I'm just gonna put a couple on the edges. All right, that I think is good. And then we're going to move on. So I'm not quite done with the purple, but I'll come back to it. I have fuzz all over my ink pad from something. Oh, I know what it's from. I was doing the bow last night and I cut the ribbon in half. This is brand new ribbon that we got, and it's the seam binding Fresh Freesia, but it's kind of wide. Not really wide, but I wanted to make it thinner, so I cut it. And then I started getting these little fuzzes all over everything. So it was making a mess. All right, so now we're gonna go to the blue. So for the blue, we're using Coastal Cabana, and we're using that flower. And I did cut it off. Let me show you what I did, in case you get this stamp set. So they all come with what it is: basil, rosemary, mint, and thyme. So I actually cut it off. So like that one, I just chopped it right off because I didn't want it on there. If you like it on there, keep it on there, but I cut mine all apart. So if I sell it, everybody's gonna have to just keep it like that, because there's no putting it back together once you do that. Vanilla iced coffee and a breakfast sandwich. Yummy. That sounds good. Oops, I didn't mean to get those. I'm gonna try to get knot stems on there. So I'm gonna try to ink it up without the stems. All right, so we're just gonna put these all over wherever we have space. And if it overlaps, it's no big deal. I keep getting that bump in my stuff. I love the colors here together. They're so pretty. Love it. Love it. And that second stamping looks pretty good, like faded blue. All right, we're just gonna keep on going up the paper. And let me turn it around. That's easier to do it upside down. And you really don't have to worry about stamping over top of stuff, because it's so light, it won't make a difference. Don't you love that blue with it? It's so pretty. All right, we're starting to fill it up. This leaf is really pretty. I love it when it's what do you call that? It's one of the stamps that Stampin' Up makes that's distinctive. They make it distinctive, so it's got like, kind of makes it look 3D almost, because it's not just a solid stamp and it's not an open stamp, but it's got texture to it. Okay, so there's all my blue. I did bring a butterfly stamp, but I don't know if I really have room for that or not, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it needs a butterfly or no? We could put a butterfly, but I think it's good. The blue makes it pop. It does. I love the pink and the purple and the blue together. I think we could fit a couple butterflies. Let's just do a blue one. Let's see. Looks pretty. I don't have much room left, but we'll just squeeze them in there. Okay. All right, so we've got a few little butterflies. All right, now we want to do some sponging. So I'm going to go back and put some Petunia Pop, and also I've got my speckles, or as Ruth always says, dottage. We've got some dottage. All right, so we're gonna, I think, stamp off because this is dark. This is like super juicy. And you can see I was using a white ink pad for, I was gonna put white on there and emboss it, but I decided not to because that's just too much embossing. So I thought I cleaned my stamp, and then it wasn't all the way clean. So we're just adding some dots, and this is Petunia Pop. And that's going to give it a little bit more pop of color. But I am stamping off first because I don't want it super dark. But I love that pop of color in there. Okay. Did I miss anywhere? There we go. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to sponge just a little bit. So I'm going to take some of the Petunia Pop and add it just to the center of my flowers a little bit. Just to give them a little bit of pinky in there. Anya says I should send this to Stampin' Up for some ideas for paper. We've got Lisa designer paper, LDP instead of DSP. All right, so there we go with that. So that's a little bit of pink in there. If you want to put some more pink like around other places, you can. But I'm going to do some blue in here, so. I want to do one with watercolor. I was watching another demonstrator. Her name's Robin Armbrecht, and she was doing some collage stamping, and I was like, oh, hers was watercolor and then with some embossing, and I said, I'm going to try that next time. So I think we're done with Petunia. Now we're going to go back with the Coastal Cabana and put more Coastal Cabana on here. Give it a little bit more blue. This pad definitely needs some re-inking. Now, at any point, if you thought that was too busy, you could have stopped what you were doing and just don't stamp anymore. Some people don't like it so busy. I need more ink. So my mother is out of rehab and she's back at home, but they had an issue with some of her paperwork, so she doesn't have home health yet, so she's by herself. Thankfully, she can get up out of a chair by herself now, though, and go to the bathroom, because that was the biggest obstacle. But I am going over there after I do the video today and fix her some food and help her do stuff. This would go quicker if I had a juicier pad. Sorry. Or a bigger brush. But I couldn't find my brush that had my Coastal Cabana color on it. All my big ones had Pretty Peacock and the darker blues. So I didn't want to mess them up. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so then what we're gonna do is hold that for a second, and I'm gonna do the words. So we're done with that piece, and then we're gonna do our punching. This is a brand new punch too. So this punch is part of a bundle. It's called To the Point Label Punch. So this is also available January 7th. and we're going to stamp. Let me get some scrap paper, and we're going to punch out these. And I'm just going to do 2 cards today, and because they're all going to be the same pretty much. And we're going to do 2 of each of those, and then we're going to cut these 2 and stamp. So we're going to stamp Happy Birthday in the Coastal Cabana right in the middle. And I'm going to make mine go up and down like this. And I need to get my purple back out because I forgot. We're going to stamp our flower. All right, so Happy's Birthday right in the middle. And, oops, there we go. And then we've got our little flower. And this is Highland Heather again, covered in fuzz. And I'm going to stamp it off. And then just kind of stamp around the words. So you can see it a little bit. Okay, so there you go. So you don't want to cover the words up because then you wouldn't be able to see it. There we go. And then I sponged that with a little bit of the blue again, the Coastal Cabana. I really should have re-inked this, but too late now. I have a really, really funny, it's not really a joke, it's more of a story for you this morning from, of course, Vicki Eakins, who's always sends me the best jokes. But you'll get a kick out of it because it's a true story. All right, so here we go. So here's our 2 words. So we're done stamping, so we can get rid of this and turn our piece back to normal. And there we go. All right, totally done with everything now, except putting it together. So we're going to take our 2 pieces right here, and we're going to split them in half this way. So just cut it right down the middle. We're doing it, I guess you would call it hot dog. I don't know, they're kind of about the same. So, and I'm just going to put some tape right here and line it up. So you just get a border, and it should line up right with the edge of your white punch. It's not cooperating. There we go. All right, so there's one. And then do the same thing for the other one. Just use any adhesive you want. Oops. I was really good the other day. So I went and got my massage, and you know, it's right next to Nothing Bundt Cakes, where I always go to Nothing Bundt Cakes. But I actually was good and didn't go there. And I was like, I'm so proud of myself, because normally that's one of my favorite things, but I'm trying to cut back on sweets a little bit since I made that crack candy and other stuff. I made another batch yesterday so I could take it to my neighbors. All right, so we need to cut this into 4 pieces. I'm going to cut it, I think, let me cut it in half first. So 5 1/2. And so this is 5 1/2. So I'm going to save 1/2 for later. And what you can do, so I'm going to cut this in quarters. But I'm thinking with this other half, if you wanted to cut it at 2 3/4 and 2 3/4, then you have a little bit left over. You could make another card. Like if you just cut it so it's about right there. Then put another layer of like some embossed piece on the side. I think I'm going to try that. So I'm going to cut this one different. So let me cut, it doesn't really matter which one you do, but let me do this one in thirds and this one in half. All right, so we want to cut it down to 5 1/4 to be the front. So we have to pick top or bottom to cut 1/4 inch off and one of the sides to cut off. So I think I'm going to cut off this. No, do we want to? Let's do this part. Okay, so go over to 5 1/4. I know that's probably off the screen, isn't it? Can you see it? 5 1/4 right there. Might still be off the screen. All right, and then save that little piece that you have for something. Don't throw it away. All right, and then we need to cut this down to 4 inches. Since I don't have anything right there, I'm going to cut off that side. So we're going to cut this 1/2 inch. No, not, yeah, 1/2 inch off. And so now it's 8 inches, and then we're going to cut that in half at 4. So then I'll have 2 card fronts. So there's my 2 card fronts, which came out pretty good. All right, so there's the 2 for that. And then the other piece, I'm going to cut that down to 3 different pieces. And I think I'm going to cut the bottom off of this one. So do this at 5 1/4. And then I'm going to cut it into 3 sections instead of 2. So we're going to have 2 3/4. Let's do 5 1/2 first. So if I do 5 1/2, I'll have 1 piece, and then cut that in half, and I'll have 2 more pieces. And that piece will be just a sliver bigger, because we'll have 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and then this would be 3, right? Let me see, 3 inches. Yeah, 3 inches. All right, so now you've got these 3 pieces. So what you can do, which will be really pretty, is take a piece of our blue Coastal Cabana and make a strip on this side. Let's do it on this side. A strip of Coastal Cabana that's embossed, like with a tile or the floral, and put it there. I think that would be really pretty. So that way you'll get 6 cards. Well, if you did both pieces, we'll get 5 cards, but if you did all of it like that, you would get 6. So we're done cutting. And we're going to save these. I think I'm going to, since I didn't emboss anything ahead of time, I'm going to bring these back and show you what I do with them next time. All right, so we've got purple and we've got blue. So which do you think looks better? Do you like it with the purple or the blue as the background? I'm gonna go ahead and put dimensionals on this while you tell me what you think. Purple, purple, blue, purple. We're getting mostly purples. Now now blues. It's kind of half and half. Purple, 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 blue, 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 purple. It looks like it's split right down the middle. So I'm going to do one of each. That'll make it easy. Okay, so we've got that on dimensional. So we'll just go ahead and glue this down with green glue. Make sure our words and butterflies are going the right way. And that's the thing. You could really pick any color that I used. So I used Highland Heather and Coastal Cabana, but you could have used the Bubble Bath or the Fresh Freesia, Petunia Pop. Any of those colors would look good as a background. So, and I just picked colors that I love. Pink is my favorite color, and I love purple and blue too. So I just kind of went through my colors and kind of said, okay, let's do that. All right, and then the inside piece, I know I stamped 4, but we're only gonna do 2. And this glue is almost at the last drop. I saw a joke that said Folgers got it wrong. It's the commercial says the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup, and it says no, it's not. The best part of waking up is getting up to go pee and then getting back in bed and going back to sleep. And I said, you got that right. That's what I wanted to do this morning, because I don't drink coffee, but I always wake up like 6:30 and have to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, man. And I try to stay in bed and not get up, because you know it's always like so warm and toasty under the covers, and you just don't want to get out of that bed. But then it's like you just have to, because otherwise you're gonna pee in the bed. So you get up and you're like, run to get back in the bed. Get under the covers again. All right, so then we're gonna put these on, and then we're gonna make some bows to go on top. So if you messed up somewhere, you can put this wherever you want. Like say if you didn't like that, you can put it right there. I don't want to cover up my butterfly, but see, I kind of messed up right there on that end of the butterfly. So let's put it right there. And then on this one, we're going to put a little higher because my butterfly is down there at the bottom. And I only got 1. Oh, no, I got 2. Oh, there's 1, there's 1. So let's put it, I don't really want to cover that up either. Darn. Okay, well, kind of stuck here. Well, let's just put it right there. We'll have 1 on each side. All right, so there's that. Then we're gonna do our ribbon. So I've got my gold and I've got my seam binding, and I did cut this in half because it's really wide. So what I did was made a little bow, kind of guessing about how much I needed, about like that. And then I cut it. I should have done one ahead of time, so it wouldn't take so long, but I just cut right down. Probably would have been easier to fold this in half and cut it. So this is going to give me 2 thinner pieces to work with. So then I took 2 of these and 1 of these, put them all together, and did a little bow. And I didn't mean to squish that up though. Let's see if we can keep it flat. Okay, here we go. I have fat fingers. Okay, and then you're just gonna pull your pieces down in there. Always try and hold the center while you're doing that. That is one big loop there. Hold on. Let's pull that and that. Okay, and then fluff it a little bit. Have you guys liked my little short videos I've been posted on YouTube? Have you watched any? So I've been taking videos from Instagram that I like and posted them on YouTube. And I've taken some really funny ones, but then also some wrapping ones and some food ones and just different ones to give you a little variety. All right, and then we're going to just trim this. So let's trim this one. Boy, I wasted some there, didn't I? And other side. Okay. All right, and then we're going to plop that down on here. All right, so that's a fluffy bow. All right, let's do this side. So we're going to stick it down here. It's kind of far down at the bottom, but that's okay. and put it on with a glue dot. And if you don't like this fluffy bow, you can do a not fluffy bow and just use just a pink ribbon or something. I do have one that's a little bit smaller. I made this one with just the gold thread, and it's a little bit more delicate, but I like that gold mesh. And this had too many little tails on it. So you can use this one if you want to. And then I did another one. I don't know what happened to it, but let's see. Let's see what it looks like with just the gold instead of the pink also. I've got a mess on my desk. All right, so let's cut that a little bit shorter this time. And then cut it in half. I wish they made this a little bit thinner, but that's okay. It's really pretty the way it is. Okay. All right, whoops, I missed one. There we go. Okay. Love the combo. I do too. I think it is really pretty, the combo together. But if we just did a single, let me see what it looks like. Why do I cut so much ribbon? I don't know. And then fluff it out. What do you think? Is that not as good with just the gold, or you like the pink in there with it? I think I like the pink with it. So let's do that. Let's get another piece of pink. It's actually fresh freesia. It's not pink. It's pinkish purple. Yeah, it's fresh freesia. It is fresh freesia, but it's like a pinkish purple. So this is fresh freesia seam binding. I thought it was like the old seam binding, but it's actually 1 centimeter, 3/8 of an inch. So it's 3/8 of an inch. The old one was 1/4 of an inch, I think. I'm pretty sure. So it's a little bit thinner. I loved that. I wish they would bring that seam binding, the white seam binding back. That was my favorite. This is a little bit bulky when you do it like this, but I wish I was Tammy Wilson, because she does the best bows out of anybody I've ever seen. I can spot her cards a mile away because they always have the prettiest ribbons on them. But she doesn't have a YouTube channel to show how to make them. I did get a video from her one time though, and it shows how to make them, but she does have a website, a blog, but not a YouTube channel. But I wish she would start doing videos. Okay, that one came out really cute. All right, and then cut that. I keep wasting so much because I got them at the bottom of my card. All right, so this one we'll put over here on the bottom. See, that's still too long. I should have made that higher. I'll put a glue dot on that. I wonder if we could, no, we can't have it at the top. Maybe on the side. We'll put it on the side on this one. That way you can not have to cut the whole thing off. I'll just cut it a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's clean up our mess and put some gems. So I did bring some gems here. The purple ones. I don't know what they're called. Let me look. We have purple fine shimmer gems. So we're going to use a couple of them. If I can find my, take your pick. Here we go. I haven't been reading comments, you know. All right. So we're going to use some of the lighter ones. So I've got the Highland Heather and the, what's the darker purple? I'm drawing a blank. Highland Heather and I want to say Lovely Lilac. That's our old purple. Is it? No. What's the dark purple called? Why do I always draw a blank when I'm doing a video? Highland Heather. Gorgeous Grape. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous Grape. How could I forget that one? All right. And then put Gorgeous Grape. I'm thinking Lovely Lilac. We have so many colors. It's hard to keep track. I think I'm going to do a dark one here too. So we have Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Berry Burst. I think that's Berry Burst. There's just 3 colors. So those are the 3 colors on there. It doesn't tell you, I don't think. Nope. But those are the purple ones. And then we got to spray it. If I didn't have you guys here to help me, I don't know what I would do to keep me straight. See, you don't realize how hard this is until you actually do one yourself. And then you get on a video and you're like, see, you notice a lot of people doing videos edit theirs because they forget stuff. And oops. I'm trying to put the take your pick tool lid on my shimmer spray. You notice they edit theirs, so they cut out all the times that they can't remember stuff. There are a few people that do theirs live with no editing, but most demonstrators edit their videos, so you don't see them mess up. You just say, oh, Lisa's just a dingbat. Because she always forgets everything. All right, so there's our cards. This is my original one, and here's the ones we made today. And then I've got my other ones saved, so I'm going to make these maybe tomorrow, and I'll show you next week what I come up with. That'll be a little bit different. And then I'm going to try and figure out what I'm going to do. Oh, next week. Uh-oh, you know what? So my next video is supposed to be... Oh, you guys are sweet. My next video is supposed to be Tuesday night, which is Christmas Eve. So what do you guys want to do? I don't think I really have any plans. So I could do a video Tuesday night, but are you guys going to be around, or you guys have big plans, or I know I'm going to lunch with my daughter Christmas Eve day, and then I'm spending Christmas Day with my mother, so yeah, Reva says dingbat just like the rest of us. All right, so raise your hand who's going to be here Tuesday night if I come on here. If you don't see it Tuesday night, you can see it on... Oh, Claudia, you're going to Mexico. Nice. Well, if you are somewhere doing something exciting, then you'll just have to get the replay. But hopefully we'll have a... I don't want to pre-record because it's not as fun as if it's not live. All right, Vicky will be here. Carol will be here. Diane will be here. So we have a few people. All right, so I'll just go ahead and do it Tuesday night because I don't really have any other exciting plans. So if I'm here with just 3 or 4 of you guys, we'll just have an intimate get-together. All right, so 6:30 the time you got up when you... No, When I was working, I used to actually sleep later, but I don't know why. It just seems like about every morning about 6:30, I wake up and have to go to the bathroom. I don't know why. All right, you guys ready for the joke? So this is from Vicky Eakins, and it is kind of a joke, but kind of more of a story, but it's kind of long. So talking about going to the bathroom, this is what the joke is about. All right, here you go. So it's really funny. It took me a while to read it. All right, you know the drill when it comes to public restrooms. There's always a long line of women waiting patiently, offering polite smiles as they shuffle forward one by one. You join the line, silently praying it moves quickly because you're on the brink of bursting. Finally, it's your turn. You push open the door, checking under the stalls for feet, all occupied. But then, like a miracle, one door opens. You rush forward, narrowly avoiding a collision with the previous occupant, and dash inside. As soon as you close the door, reality hits. The latch doesn't work. Of course it doesn't, but you've waited too long to care. Determined, you figure you'll hold the door shut with one hand if needed. Next problem, the seat covers are empty. Figures. You glance at the floor, considering where to place your purse, but no way. It's not touching the germy surface. Instead, you loop it around your neck like a fashion accessory. With no time to waste, you yank down your pants and assume the stance. You know the one. Legs hovering, bent over the toilet seat like you're mid-squat in a workout class. At first, you feel confident. But after a few seconds, it's so funny. I could not do this. Your thighs start to tremble like jelly. You'd love to sit down, but who has the time to wipe the seat or meticulously line it with toilet paper? Speaking of toilet paper, you reach for the dispenser and it's empty. Your mom's voice pops into your head. If you'd have just wiped the seat first, you'd have realized there was no toilet paper. Great. You frantically search your purse, still dangling around your neck, and find a crumpled tissue you used to blow your nose yesterday. It's roughly the size of a postage stamp. And then it happens. The stall door, still unlatched, flies open as someone gives it a push. The door hits your purse, which swings forward like a wrecking ball, throwing you off balance. You flail, trying to grab the door, but it's too late. You topple backward into the toilet tank. Occupied, you yelp in sheer panic, reaching for the door. Your tiny tissue falls to the floor, landing in a suspicious puddle. You regain your footage, only to slip and plop down onto the seat itself. Yes, it's wet. Of course it's wet. Horrified, you spring back up, but the damage is done. Your bare skin has touched every germ imaginable, and your mom's voice is back. You don't know what kind of diseases are on there. And then the automatic toilet sensor kicks And then the automatic toilet sensor kicks in. With a vengeful flush, it sprays water everywhere. Your butt, your legs, your pride. You grab the toilet dispenser for support, half expecting to be sucked into the swirling abyss. Defeated, you shuffle out of the stall to the sinks, drenched in toilet water. The automatic faucets naturally don't work, so you resort to spitting on your hands and wiping them with a paper towel. As you exit, you catch a woman in line pointing to your shoe. There it is, the piece of toilet paper trailing behind you like a badge of shame. You peel it off, hand it to her with a wry smile, and say, "You're going to need this." Finally, you spot your husband waiting outside, fresh-faced and relaxed after his 30-second trip to the men's room. He looks at you puzzled and asks, "What took you so long? And why is your purse around your neck?" And that, my friends, is why women take so long in public restrooms. It's also why we go in pairs for door duties, and purse security and emergency tissue handoffs. We've all been there. Oh my gosh, that is so true. I can't even tell you how many times that same exact thing happened to me. So I hope you loved that joke. Oh, that was funny. Oh, that was too funny. I've read it like 4 times too, but it's so funny. So I hope that brightened your day. And now, oh, I've got some cards to give away too. So don't forget, we got cards to give away. All right, so here we go. We have one that was not claimed last time, and then we have a couple that weren't claimed the time before. So these are going to be redos. So we've got 1, 2. Let me see, which way did this go? This way. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we got 5. We have a lot of blue in here today. All right, mix these up. So Kathy, you've got one more time to get yours. All right, today we have Kat Mahan. Is she on here today? Kat Mahan. We have Therese Marquez. I know she's on here. Diana Trout. Michelle Keen. I think I saw Michelle. And last one for today, Ina Easton, or Ina Easton. I'm not sure which one. There we go. So those are today's winners. Congratulations, ladies. Okay, so we are done. Exactly 1 hour today. Let me see. All right, I'll have to go back and read the comments. You read this. Oh, Shirley, you read that yesterday. I don't know where she gets them from, but Vicky always sends me the funniest ones. And they're always like new ones somehow. Because I get a lot of emails from you guys with jokes, but most of the time they're ones I've already done. So I'm going to have to start redoing some of them, I guess. I don't know. What stamp set is this? The one we used today, we actually used 5 different ones. So if you go back to the beginning, Tony, there's all of them. I used 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 different ones. But the succulent is the main one, the detailed succulent. Reba, what? It says you're the member for 1 month of Lisa's Shimmer Girls. You've been a member for 1 month. Woohoo! Now, if you want to be a member, just click the join button under the video. There's a little button that says join, and you can join and become a member to support my channel. And there are a few little perks that come with it. And also, I don't know if you guys saw the goal at the top. So I'm going to start doing that too. I've got a little goal I'll put at the top. So if instead of doing the cards like this, sometimes I'm going to do that and pick people who do super chats, where you do like $5 or something, and then I'll pick you for a card, a free card. So something different. Oh, Shirley said she was crying so hard yesterday she was laughing. So she was crying because she was laughing so hard. I gotcha. Okay. Yes. Right now, all you have to do to win is leave a comment. And I mean, I do have a lot of comments, so it might take you a while to win, but some people win all the time, because I pick people, not every video, but about every other video. I'll put about 10 more names in there and just keep the bowl full. But we've got our Christmas card contest going on, so we've still got entries coming in for that. And then I'll pick the winners next week, probably next Saturday. Not Tuesday, because you still have till Christmas Day to get them here, but we'll give you a couple extra days, so I'll pick them on Saturday next week. All right, you guys have a great week, and if I don't see you before Christmas, have a great Christmas. And those of you who will be with me on Tuesday night, I can't wait to see you. We'll have a fun night. So take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and pajama party. Definitely pajama party Tuesday night. Are you kidding? It's pajama party. She said Panama party. I have pajamas on right now, so every video I do is pajama video. So I got my Muckluck ones. These are my soft QVC pajamas that I love. I have like 4 pairs, and I wear them all the time. So, yeah, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. See you there, hopefully. If not, you guys have a great Christmas, and stay warm, everybody. Bye-bye.